Welcome to Craig's Gun Channel. In several recent videos, I've given an overview of the Beretta CX4 carbine as well as its basic field strip procedures. Introduced in 2003, the CX4 is a semi-automatic, blowback-operated, closed-bolt polymer frame carbine with futuristic styling that people either love or hate. The design is simple and straightforward, and it was designed with being able to meet the needs of a variety of shooters. Most of the controls and features can be swapped for right or left-handed operation, and in today's video we're going to take a look at the safety. The CX4 utilizes a cross-bolt style safety that can be configured for right or left-handed operation. While the process is not terribly difficult, I must point out that Beretta recommends that changing the configuration of the safety be performed by a gunsmith. As such, directions are not provided in the Beretta manual. While this video shows the procedure, I must stress that anyone attempting to perform these changes would be doing so at their own risk. Incorrectly modifying the safety or damaging it in the process may make the weapon unsafe or inoperable. So with that being said, let's take a look. And as always the case before working on any firearm, you want to make sure it is free and clear of all ammunition. First step will be to remove the magazine, and the magazine release is right here. You'd simply press in on that to release the magazine. So we'll go ahead and release the magazine. We can see the magazine is free and clear. Next step would be to open up the chamber area so we can see inside there. And as we can see, it is free and clear as well. You can see down inside there. So we are free and clear to go ahead and disassemble as you normally would. And all we'll need is the lower assembly. And as we can take a look on the inside here, first, if you notice, that's our bolt lock and bolt release. It is attached to this arm right here. So the lever goes up and down, which makes this internal lever go up and down. Now, this bolt release or bolt lock, that right there is what the bolt actually catches on, that little section right there. It can be removed through these notches right here. This spring that's right there pushes forward on it and also down. That's what gives it the spring tension. And you don't want to remove this piece. That spring, it's a kind of a pain in the neck to put back in there, and you don't need to remove it. We just need to have it lift up higher. Now, right where the safety is, right in this, you can see the safety button right there. There's a little triangle of metal on the bottom of this piece that engages into that safety, and that's what holds it in place. So we just need to lift up on it to disengage it. However, it has to be lifted up higher than what it is right here. So to lift up higher, you have to disengage the outer lever. Now it's held in place with a pin that comes through, and you can see the pin right there. So to disengage that, we need to move this entire assembly right there. We need to slide it back, and that will allow it to unlock from the pin. So from the outside, you can just lift up. On the inside, the little notch there that normally catches the magazine, you can use that to get a hold of, and we're going to be pulling back. At the same time, we're going to be holding down on the front here so that it doesn't pop out of those notches. So you lift up on the lever and then pull back, and then make sure it goes all the way back, but you want to hold it down. At this point, you could then remove the outer handle, and then just let the piece go back forward. Now at this point, see, it can go up there. It can now go up higher than what it was able to before. I know it's kind of hard to see with my finger in the way. But at this point, you just need to lift it up high enough to where you can push the safety button all the way through. And it can go from either side. And once it starts to go through, you can let loose on that. You don't want to lift it up too high. And then we can take a look at the safety. Now, the safety was in this position right here. And if you notice that notch right there, that engages on the inside with that triangle of metal there, which is what's hooked up to that lever. So if the lever go up and down, that's why it needs to be lifted up high enough to clear the opening, but no higher. If you go much higher, you run the risk of that spring popping out of its little saddle there. So it engages in that little spot there. That's what holds it in place. So then we would just need to swap it around over like this. And now the red to fire would be on the right side of the gun. Make sure that the little opening is there for that metal to hold on to. You could put it in like this, but then it wouldn't lock into place. So you need to put it in like so. Go ahead and start to slide it in. You have to lift up on that lever far enough for it to slide in. Once it starts to slide in, you can let the lever go back down. And then just do a check for function. Right now it's in the fire position, so hold the hammer down, pull the trigger. That should release the hammer. Cock the hammer back down. Push it onto the safe side, and that should lock the trigger, which it does. So then all you would need to do is reinstall your lever. So again, you'll be pulling back, lifting up on that lever a bit, pull it back. There again, make sure that stays pushed down, hold it in place. There's two openings. The one in the front is what the little front piece on the lever goes into. Then the pin on the back will go in, and then let tension off, and just make sure that it engaged and that it's locked in place. And once that's back in place, you just reassemble the firearm, just like so. It slides together. Put your pin in. The pin can come in or out from either side. And you've now swapped the safety over to the other side. Its ease of maintenance, low recoil, and affordable ammunition make this a great firearm for both beginners or those more experienced. And as it was designed for defensive purposes, it can also fill that role. The fact that it can be easily configured to suit the needs of its operator just adds to its versatility and value. I hope that this information is of value, and if you liked the video, I would ask that you hit the like button and subscribe if you want to continue to see more like this. I value your comments and feedback, and as always, until next week, stay safe.